Yo, yo, yo. Let me actually open up some music real quick. So this is devlog, I guess, number 3. This one I'm just recording, just me working on this shit. My cue had Panic at the Disco. I'm gonna piss off that for right now. That's fine. I like that. I'm just gonna do this for about like maybe half hour ish, like till 12:30 about. Alright, so I did do a couple things differently. I added these, forgetting buttons now, Jesus. It's like little spiral staircases, which I guess does kind of look somewhat huge, but not really. Like, I don't really know. I haven't really finished character model development yet, because, yeah, these are the staircases. The way I made them, I had them kind of branch and like do like these little like pie chart type corners with the steps going into like this, and then I had to like figure out how long or like the width for this and like connect it to there, and then same for the rest of these ones going here. So that's essentially how I did that. And then I thought this would be kind of cool, having like this little area here. It's not gonna, like, when I texture this, it's gonna be like see-through, so it's gonna look like more metallic, like a, not like a cage, but kind of like a cage. And then this is like the second floor. Okay, so let me go over here. Okay, so I finally got the staircases built. I might show for reference what the originals look like, but this is what I have for this, and it goes down. Okay, and then it comes all the way down here. It took me a couple hours to actually build that, mostly because I was trying to connect up to this wall here. I wasn't sure exactly how I did it. I think this is connected to the floor. Yeah, so that's connected actually to the rest of the first floor, whereas whereas this is just the stair itself. So like that's what that looks like, and I have that copy and pasted for each of like, for each of like the stairs over here. It's hard to see because of the lines and shit, but like there's one here, there's one here, and then there's also the other one on the other side over here. I just copy pasted. It took me a second to figure this out because they don't have like, I guess like a tool directly for it, but if you scale on like whatever the axis is and do -1, it'll completely flip it, which is pretty cool. What I kind of want to do today, because I realized this like a couple days ago. By the way, I made these like little door entranceway type things. This is for the larger doors. That's gonna be like double doors or something like that. I might have to add those over here, because yeah, I think I might have to. Yeah, let me just like, 2.5 to get it on that same level as that, so that way it looks kind of normal and like more like an entrance type shit. So let me do that actually for each of these. Oh yeah, I also added, so if I zoom out, I added like a little area over here. I don't think I'll have the player like escape this way. I just think that it looks cool to have it as a part of the rest of the building. Maybe something can be involved with that later, I don't know. pressed something that, oh, it might have been filled. Okay, so that's like that. I think I have pretty much all of that done. The thing that I had realized, I think I forgot to completely mention. Something I realized was that these are all flat. For areas like this, when I go to texture it, I don't know if Blender will let me texture both sides of the same face. It probably won't. And the easiest way I know to get rid of that is simply like that. Problem with that though is that just indents it. So if you see that, what I could do oh, you know what I could do? Hold on. Okay, that's not good either. I think I have an idea, like just a quick solution. We could just do that. And then like over here. Actually, you know what? I could make that thicker. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just because, yeah, that seems fine. I think that's great, actually. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Just gonna have to do it for the rest of everything else now, too. Okay, cool. And then we have ourselves the second layers. So with that, when we get to texturing it, we can have the interior with like whatever the decorative designs are, and then having the exterior with like a brick outline or something like that. Cause let me save this real quick. In the original files, can I open up multiple? Don't tell me I got rid of it. Did I? I might have gotten rid of it. Really? Huh. I got rid of it. Okay, well, okay, so it appears as though I deleted the original files for the map layout, but I'll show whatever screenshots I have left over from the thing, so that you can understand like the difference. And the major difference too is that each of those like little rooms and like little 3x3 boxes essentially were objects, whereas this is like all one object. Like for example, when I hit tab here, this is all one object. These are all like stuff that's not going to be moving, so hence why I'm doing this like this. But yeah, and then let me see. I'm also gonna try and like show off some of the other stuff. Which, by the way, the first project version of this that I had only covered like about this front area here, going into like it's pretty much just this, you know, not even like this area here. Didn't even have any of this. Just this and this. That was it. It didn't even have like the stairs and shit like that. It was really kind of awful because it was like so small. And like, yeah. Whereas this is like absolutely massive. You know, there's like 7 gardens in this place, you know. So it's really absolutely massive now, in comparison to what it was originally. So I just gotta like make the exterior areas have the appearance of being 3D, whereas everything else technically doesn't need to do that because it really just doesn't. Areas. I don't need to do this for the interior because most of the interior textures are going to be pretty much the same. If I do change some of them, I might do that for the walls, but that'll be when I get there. For like the individual walls. I'm not doing any assets today. I'm just doing the exterior stuff, making it look 3D. Because those are stuff that you can explore and like actually see, which will be like I'm gonna have to do it for, I did this and that. I'm gonna need to do for this, and this. Maybe this like little area over here. I do have doors down here, but I kind of don't really expect the player to be able to get here. Because this is gonna be like, the way that this is gonna look, like, hold on. Let me just like give an example of what this will look like. So this will look kind of like a little office space or whatever the fuck, like a receptionist desk. The reason why I have like the walls up for right now is because like I haven't decided yet, and it's just like a placeholder for right now, but eventually I'll get to adding stuff like that. So, but yeah, and then obviously this is empty because it's gonna be an elevator here, and then it's gonna go to this area. So, and then obviously these parts are going to be leading to these areas, but these will actually end up leading back up to the top. And I have them as a ramp, I guess, for like, I don't know, just thinking like wheelchairs or some shit like that. Just for like why I didn't want to put stairs in the fucking thing. But it leads out to the parking lot here, kind of like as a little, I guess like emergency entrance or exit or whatever. I just gotta, I'm procrastinating on doing this, but let's get to it. I have this on vinyl. I got it like last week, I think. Yeah.
What the hell am I saying? I don't know about my level. It's true as hell. Take it and I want somebody to step off. Walls, let me fall. Fuck you all. Get a grip till I make stride till I drop the ball. Fuck it.
might do now is let me make the hallway for this real quick. Technically I don't need these guys because A, they're not gonna be seen, and B, I really don't need them. But yeah, there's gonna be like double doors or some shit like that here. I'll figure out how I'm gonna do the object for it. I might have it where, I don't know. Actually, I have a picture of it. Some concept art. Let me just like adjust my picture real quick. So it's like, this is the concept art I kind of came up with for this. That's essentially how that's gonna look, like at least the idea of it. So, oh, I've got this one. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to have like spiral staircases or like ramps or like just like regular staircases. I had this drawn. I don't know if you can see that as well, but like it's essentially like the outside area. I think I also put like a little bench in the corner. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had for that one. I might work some more on this though. Let me change my camera real quick because that's so scary. Ah! There we go. Okay.
Maybe that's super small.
Okay, that's fine. Like, eventually, like, reach this door. I don't think I'll have it accessible in the demo though, but in the main game, whenever I get around to like getting like for paths A and D, this will be the entrance for it. Whereas over here, paths B and C, we'll just have it where it'll jump cut from here to this, like outside area, which I have the facade of the building here. I don't think I'm gonna add too much else as far as the facade over here. I need to like get trees and shit and add them here. I also have placeholders for like fencing and stuff. I also need to add like the, I don't think I need to add the stuff because that was on this side, whereas this is different. Yeah, and I just gotta add like textures and like a roadmap for things. Again, I'll show the map layout of the outside so that you can get a reference or an idea for how it's supposed to look. Also, I have an idea for the city, because this, I was originally gonna have like a city that you could like roam around in and shit with like a bunch of like ghostly figures. I might not have that in the outside area. I might have it somewhere else though, in a different type of setting or something like that. But this, I might have like some optical illusion, and then like when you get closer to it, it ends up becoming like just a city on a table or some shit, and then the character just like flips the table or some shit. I don't know, something like weird is what I'm thinking of with the city, because like I really don't want to have the player like just running around in a random city, because it kind of takes away from everything else. And also the edges of the map, I need to expand this side, and I also need to make a map layout for this neighborhood, because I don't have a layout for this yet. That's gonna be like a whole neighborhood there, I think. I'm not sure. I still gotta figure a lot of that stuff out. But the idea is that the player would go here. This is like a schoolyard, and then they'd go to the cemetery, and then they'd probably get lost in the woods and end up at the orphanage before heading over to like the city. That's at least like the direction with that. Which is also why it's like so big and shit like that. And it's mostly just to kind of like expand on like some elements of the story, and also like the setting. and like reveal some more about the character and stuff. This is the house that I still have yet to finish, but I'm really happy with this so far. Okay, so these are like cabinets and shit. Oh my god, I love making this. This was amazing. Yeah, with like the cabinets and shit. Looks amazing. And then like look at the little doors and shit. I love it. Also this, let me run that in edit mode. This guy actually comes off. Yeah, same with like all these doors and shit like that. Yeah. Anyways, I think it's really neat the way it looks. To be honest, what I'm thinking of doing is having like a little cutout between like most of this. So like this is the kitchen, living room, or like kitchen, living room, and this will be like one of the bedrooms, and then this is like a bathroom, and then this will probably be like the main character's room or whatever. When the player comes in here, I'll have it where the layout completely changes between this, and then also the kitchen and living room. It'll switch between like one setting to another, and it'll just like flip like that without the player even knowing. At least that's the idea that I'm thinking of doing. Also, I really like the way that this chair looks. I love like having that little elevated part there. I think that looks really cool on like each of them there. It took me like hours to do that shit, but it looks great. I think it looks great. But yeah, and then let me show. This is what I have so far with the character. I've got to, like, obviously I don't have any textures yet for anything, and I just have the bones there, like the armature. Yeah. Like, character I think looks pretty great. I still gotta like create like the outfit and stuff like that. I might just like take like the faces of the character model and just like extrude them a little bit further. Yeah, I think that might just be what I'm gonna go for with that, and just like apply like a texture over top of it or some shit. And I don't want to spend like a lot of time on like getting like nitty gritty stuff done, which is also why like the hands kind of look like those like N64 kind of hands, where it's like just the index, thumb, and like the rest of the hand there. I don't really need much focus on that, to be entirely honest. I just gotta work out the rig. It's gonna take like a lot more time. That'll probably be the next video, to be honest. But everything else in here though looks great. Like this is all finished, like pretty much. Well, not finished, but like, you know, I have to make like the assets for like the individual rooms and also the doors for that too. I was thinking of getting to doing doors tonight, but I don't think I'm going to. Next video, or like next devlog, I might do like a quick once over of like creating all the doors, and then like fixing the rig. I think that'll be like the next thing I do. Just like making the doors for each of the rooms, and then also fixing the room. Those are the two things I'll do. I think that's a good end to the video. But yeah, that's all I got.